Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Cactus Patch. I am your host, GlitchedCactus, and today we have a very exciting episode. We have the winners of the Sendou-q finale, FTWin, going in order. I guess, however, we'll start with Kyo. So introduce a little bit who you are, what you do, and all that fun stuff.
Q, I guess captain of FTWin, stream, I play bucket. I'm the guy that's always shit talking that people get mad at on Twitter. And that's it.
Face. Awesome.
Toby or Mercy, I play support. Been playing for 6 7 years. Been on FTWin for like 4 years. My name's Keisuke, and I play more the mid-range role, like weapons like Squeezer and Stamper.
I don't know how long it's been, like 2, 3 years? Something like that.
Hello, my name is Gus. I play shooters. I've been playing this game for about like 7 years, I think. I'm not sure, since 2016, I believe, and I recently just now joined FTWin for its new roster for S3. I just play the frontline role. I usually just flex around to whatever's good. Probably mostly just shooters, painting around and spamming shit.
Fantastic. And also, not to be a hater, but what would be another episode without some technical issues? So, Kyo, can you repeat yourself of who you are and what you do?
I'm the captain of FTWin. I play frontline bucket, QR weapons. I'm the guy that everyone's mad at on Twitter for shit talking, and I've played since like day one of S1, whenever that was.
Awesome. Fantastic. So we got FTWin here. This is awesome. This is cool. And for anyone wondering, yes, they're allowed to curse. I don't want to hear it that they're not that like, oh, they're cursing on the street. It's okay. It's okay. They can. They've been told they can.
We're naughty, bro.
All right. So, how are you guys doing today in general? Like, how are you guys doing? How you guys been? How you been feeling? How's the vibes?
I'm feeling good. I just got off work like an hour ago, so I'm just chilling now.
Life's been good. I've been binging one of my favorite games right now. It's been going amazing.
I'm chilling. I just streamed for a long time yesterday. I woke up late today, and I don't know. I haven't done much today. I'm good.
I got destroyed by a midterm yesterday. But I got finished for like 2 weeks.
Well, at least it seems like 3 out of 4 of y'all are chilling, not in pain.
Did you conquer? Do you feel confident that you did good?
No, I got fucked, bro.
Oh my god.
You're like so smart though. Like how?
I talked to another guy who's also smart, and he also got fucked. So like,
Yeah, it's
we're just doomed.
Damn. There's so much for education, am I right? I mean, you know. Tried the best.
we bounce back.
Facts. All right, so I guess we'll just kind of in between like questions that I have written and also the tweet because there's some I think like 20 replies. Some of them are pretty good. We'll start with I guess a pretty good one, probably the first one I see. So how did you guys decide to make the team and also I guess choose a specific roster and come back up from what F2N used to be, and also how does one become the Glaze Master? Whoever wants to take that question next.
Which one do we want to do first, the glaze, or do I let you guys handle the other thing first?
Up to you, bro.
Honestly, I'm low key like the Glaze Apprentice from like Simo. I saw Simo do it first, and I was like, wait, this is funny. I gotta patrol Twitter, keep it a glaze-free environment.
Oh my
So
god.
I started carrying on Simo's work, and from now you check my profile media, it's just all glaze gifts. I'm making Simo pro, bro. Carrying out his work. The glaze mask being one is very easy. You just scroll on Twitter, you see a reply that you think is a little too much, then you just put the gif. No words, put the gif, go next.
You're not real, bro.
For Bro, that's the
was crazy.
process.
Bro, I'm still getting over Glaze Apprentice.
I just did some glazing. I just glazed Simo, but whatever.
Hey, yo. Do we have any other words on glazing, or is that, are we all
Yeah,
satisfied with
that's all
that?
good.
Let's
that's
just
the
go.
one thing.
Oh, you guys can. It's you guys' turn.
On glazing or the
No,
other?
no, no, no. I mean like no. I mean like on like how you guys like made the team and
Oh.
everything. Cause like that's
Yeah.
something like I can't answer.
Yeah, that was like
Kyo's got
the
that.
original
That's
part.
Kyo's question.
All right, Kyo, it's all on you.
Like the original FTW?
The roster that you have like today or within the past couple months. Like how did
Okay.
like what brought
Okay.
that back up? Like what I guess what was the inspiration, or was it just like hey, I'm bored, let's just start playing?
After Biscuit left SB to play with us, I think it was supposed to be like the same roster as before, like me, Shaq, Bursty, and Biscuit, but then Shaq couldn't play, so then we needed a last, and honestly, there's not the talent of NA frontlines is quite low, so you have to steal people genuinely. Like if you don't steal someone from another team, your roster's probably not gonna be good, like just straight up.
Interesting.
So whereas like okay, it's either Bursty plays like front shooter or like support shooter stuff, and then we steal a backline, or we steal a front line, and we tried to steal like same from the same team. We were either gonna steal Wave from CS or steal Goss from CS. So, and I guess Wave, we played one tournament with him, we won, and then he wanted to stay with them to see how they did, and then they like never played, and then Goss was like the only one that was like actively playing and stuff. So you're like, yo, just we can play, and it was like if we played well, then he'd join. If we didn't, then not. We played well, so
The biggest motivation was you told me if we win a tourney together, you'll get me the shirt. So I like had to like lock in and like actually take everything going forward serious.
What kind
That
of
was
what
definitely a big
shirt?
factor.
Wait, what shirt? I'm curious.
It's a Splatoon Sanrio collab from like 2017 for Splatoon 2.
Oh, that's based. Holy.
Yeah. I posted on Twitter where like I had it on. So
Yeah, that drive was worth it. That was all. That's awesome. That y'all took away a massive W.
yeah. Fucking copped the drip, bro. Let's go.
Locked in for some drip. I respect it. I respect it.
My priority was not the win. It was actually no, it was the win because I needed it to get the shirt, but my priority was the shirt first.
Shirt first, tourney second.
I suppose both of them have to come first.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't have one without the other, and it obviously proved it. And I guess like that we could go with the next question I kind of put. Like obviously it was said all over Twitter by practically all of you guys that you guys practiced like what once, and then like that's all you needed. So I mean, in general, do you even feel like you needed the practice like at all, or do you guys felt like you guys were locked and you guys were goated from the beginning?
I feel like we definitely needed the practice because we didn't really get to run our comps that we wanted to run.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because we switched our comps like mid-tournament basically, and we like never practiced that really.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
valid. Yeah.
like I don't know, like from the outside POV, it's like yeah, we played well. But I guess like yeah, we did, but in scrims we like destroyed everyone except Jackpot SB. Both of those were like fairly even, but even though the scrim with Jackpot was even, we like knew like okay, we can beat these guys. Like it's just like just play better on the day. The only team, I guess, this is another question you asked. So I'm just kind of answering it right now. I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
If you
only
want to
team
skip
that I was
ahead to it.
really worried about was SB, not because of like anything like mechanical wise. It's just their play style is brick wall defense, don't move, and our play style is go fight, trade in your spawn, and like those two things kind of clash a lot because they just try to wait us out. Which is yeah, it was apparent the first set that we played them. It was like really bad, and we just like talked it through after, like yo, just like what if we camp them back? And then we did, and it was way easier.
So you kind of had that like I mean, it just goes to show like you learn from like the first set. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
crazy looking in the bracket. Like, yeah, like you guys got 3-0, and then in losers finals, you were like, all right, run that back, and then 3-0'd them. So that's insane. Like, talk about learning from what you had happen. That's absolutely awesome.
It's actually crazy how well we like adapted like throughout the tournament. Like I was actually like kind of like impressed because like I've never like had like something like that where like everything just like connected like right after. It was really satisfying.
I mean, I think you guys had like a little bit of time to kind of think about it too, because I mean, looking at the rest of the losers bracket, I mean, you guys destroyed Moonlight, destroyed the Happy Best Friend group, and then finally got the run back, and that was probably like a good. I mean, I say destroyed, but for all I know, like there was probably like some thinking going involved just in case, but I mean, the 3-0s just show it from this from the outside POV of taking a quick glance at it. So you guys definitely had the time to run it back real quick in your minds and like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And again, it proved well.
Yes, sir.
I will say at least for that, like watching the other sets helped because
Yeah.
I only got the idea that camped them out from watching Jackpot play them in their set. Like if that set like wasn't streamed, then I don't know how the tourney would go.
Oh, that's fair though. That's fair though. It's like that's kind of like I guess like the angel and devil of like streams for tournaments is that like you guys get the opportunity, and teams in general get the opportunity to watch their next opponent and like have that extra time to help formulate what you want to do to try to run it back or like even just go against the team in general. And then if you didn't, and it's like you said, like if that set wasn't streamed, who knows what could have happened? It could have been another like 3-0, or it could have been like gone to the distance, but it's one of those like what if moments.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious what would happen. Honestly, let me ask you guys this. If you don't think like let's just say like Jackpot didn't stream and we just had to go into it again. Like we just had to like make our own idea. Do you think we would have had the same result? We would have lost, we would have won close, like
I mean, we would have changed comp anyway. I don't know if we would have completely flipped playstyle though. Because I know
Yeah,
we
I
were
don't know about
talking
the
about
playstyle part.
we're definitely talking about like running something different, but I
Yeah,
don't
we
know if we
were.
would have just straight up camped them out.
I think we were only really talking about what
Playing like
weapons to
96 and
switch
stuff.
versus them. Yeah.
I think it. I don't think we would have changed playstyle. We were talking about like switching to like Gal to like make it so we could push. So we were just trying to find ways to push instead of finding ways to just stop what they were doing.
Do
So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you
It
think
probably
they caught
would've
on at all, like
maybe won.
for during the run back? Like, do you think they were catching on to like
I
the
think they
complete
did.
switch?
Yeah.
They did. If you watch back their VOD, they're like, we can't, or Zero's like, I can't push, and then they're like, think we need to fight more, but I just don't. That's like a style that they don't practice as much, I think. So like, yeah, they knew that they needed to do it, but I think they recognized it like once they were down 0-2, and then I don't know. It's kind of hard to adjust at that point.
Yeah, because by that time it's too late. Like you're already 0-2, and like it's very hard. Like you guys had the pleasure of going through two other sets and just figuring it out, and also watching back. They just kind of had to like they had only 3 games. That's what 15 minutes, maybe a couple minutes in between to
Yeah.
like get ready. Like they didn't have nearly enough time to adjust.
And then they also changed comp the last game too. And it's like, okay, so we're adjusting our play style and adjusting our comps. It's like a lot of stuff is changing at the same time for something that we like didn't practice for. It's just kind of difficult to adjust. Like not even just like their team alone. That's just like hard to do for like anyone to change so much all at once.
I mean, it's easy for us because we went from playing aggressive to playing defensive. Anyone can play defensive.
Yeah.
It's hard to go the other way.
anyone can ZR fucking
It's
R stick Zuka.
Zuka
Make it a
very
random.
easy to AFK. It's very hard to not
For real.
AFK.
I became a bot. I became such a bot that set, bro. I painted more than our pencil on ramen. That was literally insane,
Oh my
bro.
god.
But that's just how the game is, bro.
Yeah, that's what wins games. That's what does it. Sometimes you gotta be better, paint more.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
Trust me, I wanted to be a monkey and just go fight them, bro. Or not allowing me.
Actually, that kind of leads into the other question I had. So, like, weapon decision, right? So, like, obviously, the way I wrote it was like have fun or be a slave to the meta. Was like the meta, I guess the meta was probably always in the back of your minds, but like were you kind of more focused on just playing stuff like you wanted to play, or was like you kind of had to switch to things you had to play?
I
Um,
I think luckily. Oh, are you on acid?
well, I was supposed to be playing like Squeezer and Stamper mainly, but then we made the decision that we were to play the AoE comp with Double Bucket. But I felt like that was only working because, or it was just like the day, I guess, because we never really practiced with the Double Bucket comp. Beside, we only ran at that comp on like Humpback on and Flounder. So, and then the other maps I was supposed to be playing like the mid range weapons, and that didn't like happen in the losers run really. But I think that's just because of like the certain day, I guess, and how we were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like
I think
it just came down to comfort.
Yeah, it just like felt more comfortable than me on the playing different weapons.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh, my bad. You can go. You can
I
go.
know.
My bad.
I think a lot
Okay.
of the just meta stuff is just outside of just like you should have a pencil, and if you don't have a pencil, you're trolling, or like
Yeah,
you
or
don't have a
Azuka
Zuka, you're
probably.
trolling. It's just like playing the right roles. It doesn't necessarily matter what weapons are there. Luckily for us, like, okay, I just naturally play bucket, so I guess we're just lucky. Like, we have a bucket. Like, Goss naturally plays shot, so we just have a shot anyway. We have a Zuka permanently. And then Biscuit likes the mid range guns, so like we have them if we need. And the only one that's like really like slaving away playing stuff that he like wouldn't play is like Bursty. Because like I don't think Pencil's new, so obviously no one fucking played Pencil anyway, but I don't know, a lot of people don't like Pencil and he just plays it because it's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, what just happened?
The bot we use is like being problematic. It's okay. Ignore it.
Oh,
It's okay.
okay.
It's alright. Listen, we're still figuring out technical stuff, but it's okay. You guys are always still heard, so don't worry. You don't have to repeat anything you fucking said. You're good. You're chilling. It's just
Malfunctioning.
yeah, for real. It always does. It's okay. Technology hates me. It's okay.
Damn, bro.
Welcome to my life, for real, for real. All right. Let's get another random question that the friendly fans ask on Twitter. Uh, what's a good one? We'll ask one. Let's see. This is a funny one. How many subs? This is for Keo directly. How many subs on Twitch, Keo, for you to play Slosher Deco?
And like a tourney
They weren't specific, so sure, we'll say an attorney.
and a major, like 100 gifted, I'll play. I'll play it throughout the entire major 100 gifted.
That's all.
Who said
That's,
that's
that's a
all?
lot. No, what?
For one guy, that's a lot.
I mean, well, who was it from Moonlight that got like paid like 100 to play Hydra?
Yeah.
I think that was Omega.
That was actually tragic. I mean, actually not really tragic because they made their bank, but like
Yeah.
tragic for the run.
Yeah, Bucket Deco's not that bad. Like it's bad, but it's like at least I'm playing the same weapon. Like I have to play Hydra, and he plays frontline.
Yeah, at least like the kits, like it's only the kit you have to worry about. You can still be good with the main weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some of the like I guess better one. How do you keep a level head in a tournament? Do you ever get frustrated? And if so, how do you shake it off or get over it? And do you have any advice for players that are either less experienced when they're playing under pressure? I think that is a good one to answer, especially because like you guys were saying about from the first set against Starburst.
Okay. I think I think to like I think to keep a good level head, you just need to like you just need to relax and like think clearly for your decisions in the game because like obviously if you're frustrated or like feeling any type of way, you're gonna get distracted from the game. You're not gonna make right decisions and you're probably just gonna feel even worse and do even more shit. And you also want to keep yourself up and like keep the team environment up because like once one person's like disturbing the environment, everyone like gets thrown off and it's like really bad.
Yeah.
So like that's like some of my motivation right there is to just not disturb the team environment. Like I can just keep it to myself if I'm like whatever, but I always try to keep myself in check so we can all be in check. I think like for getting like less like shaky under pressure, I think you just have to like just play more like tournaments or like do like you gotta like go out your comfort zone and just keep playing because like eventually you'll get used to it and then it won't be as bad. That's how like I overcame my like tourney fear or like being nervous or like shakiness throughout me playing comp is just to keep going, break out your comfort zone.
I like that. That's a great answer. Does anyone else want to like add to that? That's pretty good though.
I would say that also having like, since all the tournaments we basically play in are like double elimination, so having like another chance to like get yourself back up if you like lost in winners is also another good thing. Is because you can learn a lot from a loss, especially in winner side.
Okay, yeah, like you're down but you're not out. Like there's always
Yeah.
that other chance to like bring it back. And I think that's a good thing for like a lot of players who maybe like low level, mid level, or pushing top level is like or like high level. It's just that like to keep that in mind. That I mean, even watching like you guys or any other top teams is that like hey like they're down but like they could still come back, and I mean you guys prove you could bring it back all the way from losers bracket, and we see it all the time in other tournaments too, like SOS, proving
Yeah.
grounds, like you name it, whatever else has a loser side, but it's always possible.
Yeah.
Let's see, we'll ask one more question, and we'll move back to the other ones. How does it feel to be the coolest team ever?
Amazing.
It's just natural. You didn't even have to try.
We're just that cool. Our aura is just amazing.
Our aura.
No way, bro.
What's up?
All right, base. You heard it here first. Their aura is how it feels to be be the best, be the coolest team ever. All right. So there's another question I had. So most of us saw the reactions that you guys had, specifically Keo, to winning the tournament. Do you feel trash talk helps fuel the comp scene, whether that's for entertainment, for fun, competitive drive, any other reasoning? But do you feel it's good to have?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
it
it's good
makes
to have
me
if
play
you're
better.
like not if you're like just trash talking them like in game and like not like doing anything like outside of like their appearance and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it
I don't think
strictly
I've
to the
ever said
game.
anything
Yeah,
about
like
anyone
keep it
out
to
of
the
game. That's
game.
just weird.
Yeah, as long as it isn't like personal, then like anything in game is completely okay. I think it like
Yeah.
makes everything a lot more like hype and funny. It's like it brings also like more attention to the community as well, which I think like we need since Splatoon isn't the biggest. So I think trash talk is healthy as long as it's all good and fun. Nothing personal.
Okay, dope. I think I gotta agree with that because like you gotta make things interesting. You can only go like so much to being like like oh gee yeah GG's go win. It's like no, someone's gotta be mad. Someone be mad. Hop on Twitter for once. Hop on Twitter and be mad about it. Call their weapons trash. Call their meta trash. Whatever you want to say. Did you
Also,
guys?
like,
Yeah, what's that? You go. You go.
like at least at like the top level, like none of the players actually care,
Yeah.
but like people get offended like on our behalf for whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel like a
I don't
lot of
really understand
people
that.
like on Twitter get offended really easily.
I
I
know
mean,
you guys mentioned for you guys too. Do you think it's just like I mean, obviously it's hard to control that. You can only do so much about like your fans being like, "Oh, like I'm bad for you because you should have won that." You know what I mean? But
I mean, I've seen some like certain tweets lately of like how people were saying like on Twitter how they like lost respect for Keo because of him shit talking in game. And I just think that's kind of dumb.
they
yeah,
probably like they probably take it personal, which is just something you like shouldn't do with this type of like trash talk. As long as it isn't like hurting anyone, then I don't think you should care.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's valid. Like as long and again, it comes down to making sure like if it stays about the game, if you're talking about the game, like you shouldn't care. It's whatever. If like you're calling whatever they did in the game garbage or whatever, like it shouldn't matter. As long as it's not like aiming personally, then it's like okay, like
Yeah.
come on now. They're just calling that special garbage. Just react, forehead, Zuka. Like you think you're chilling.
Cannot believe that was a discussion, bro.
It's a long-lasting one too. Love referencing it.
Still going on.
Wait, was that on your Twitter, guys?
Hmm?
I thought you had like a tweet that like blew up and like people got mad. Oh, it was your movement tweet, right?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Fuck shooters, bro. Oh my god, these should not be doing this. The privilege. You shouldn't be doing this, man. Why
Play a
can't
real
Roller do this?
weapon.
Man, this game is so shit. Shooters keep getting buffed, bro." That's so brain dead. I don't even think shooter privilege is a thing in this game. There's so many things that literally like trash on shooters, like bucket, Nautilus, Stamper, like all the common weapons in this meta, the mid lines literally destroy it. Like especially Squeezer. Squeezer just beats everything, but like if you're not like spamming a Zuka, there's not really much you can do on a short range shooter. Like that's what you gotta do to like compete with the mid lines.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Because I mean, like shooters are good at short range, but then again, like with mid line weapons, like you mentioned with Stamper, even like you're gonna outrange a shooter, and as long as you don't get caught slacking, like you're good. Like you're not gonna lose to a shooter unless like you have four of them dogpiling on you. In that case, that's just a skill issue coming to a 2v1. But shooters
Yeah.
don't have that like that frame one privilege that everyone thinks it has.
They probably just think that because of Splatoon 2, and then they just don't think anything has changed. Which I mean,
massive S2 brain rot.
Sounds about right.
from a casual point, like you could probably like see the vision, because like if you aren't involved like competitively or like you're not at the top level, you're probably not gonna get like exploited. Your weaknesses aren't gonna get like exploited as much, so like you won't have as many problems as you have in like top level fighting certain things. So maybe to like us, like yeah, shooters like are not as good as they were in S2, maybe to someone lower and hasn't been having a lot of problems, they might see it differently and think that it's still just as good as it was in S2. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, I think it's people just not realizing that the game's changing. The metas are changing. The atmosphere in general is changing constantly, and there are more weapons than ever that just aren't like as I guess in-game abuse as shooters used to be from S2. Like there's so much more to play around. I mean, there was a period of time we were watching comps that just barely even had one shooter on the comp, and they were like doing very well in tournaments. So I think it's just like right now I feel like we're in a decent in between where it's like yeah, there's some shooters, but you can do really well with like the like other weapons that aren't just shooters. And I think people just like forget about that point because of the kits the shooters have. Like the biggest one, of course, being shot with Zuka. Like everyone just thinks it's a problem because like you can't really react too much, even though they did give you the sound for hearing when it starts up, and you just got to keep your eye out where it's coming from.
Yeah, but just still not much you can do about it. It's just whatever. Zuka's just gonna be a problem until it gets some type of startup. Because you can just get personal Zuka or just get fucking blown up from anywhere if somebody just wants to. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. So obviously you guys won the entire event. Did you do anything special to celebrate?
Like right after the tournament.
Right after, a couple days after, like, did you do it? Like, obviously, the answer could be no. But yeah, did you do anything to like celebrate the win? Obviously, you guys took down some really good teams, and I'm sure the goal was, of course, to take home the whole thing. And you guys succeeded that in an excellent fashion. So yeah, was there anything you guys maybe did special? Like, could be anything. Could have been like, self drove yourself to get ice cream. I don't know.
I mean, I personally didn't go do anything special, because I literally went to work like 30 minutes after we won.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
I went to sleep.
That's pretty base.
I got a pizza. That's it.
What kind of pizza?
Champions dinner.
Actually,
Pineapple, pepperoni.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, bro. What's
Starting
wrong
a
with
whole
you?
new debate.
Bro, pineapple, hell no, you gotta go, bro.
Bro,
Pineapple is peak.
that's what
Pineapple
I'm
is good, but not on
saying.
not on
Bro,
pizza.
I say
Yeah.
pencil.
Bro,
That's a Splatoon
bro,
brain rot,
he's
bro.
oh my god, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
Bro, chill on pineapple, bro.
It's good,
Facts.
but not on pizza, bro.
Yeah, bro, pineapple's
Nah, you don't see the vision.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
happening.
see the vision.
bro, I don't see the vision. I don't want to see it either. I'm not seeing this through. Actually, no, I think not, no. I did get the shirt for winning, like, of course. So that
Yeah.
actually, yeah, that was my way of celebrating it.
That
I
was-
got my
yeah.
well-earned t-shirt. Probably not. I'm so happy I have it. It's literally one of my favorite shirts now. Thank you, Keo.
No problem,
Why?
man.
Good. I love it. Love it. So I did pull it up too. It's a base shirt. That's an awesome looking shirt.
It's amazing.
Worth the lock in, 100%. Let's see. What's the one the fans on Twitter.com like to ask?
Let me pull up the tweet, see if I can find something as well.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anything that stands out to you and you want to answer it, feel free. Go ahead.
Hmm. You guys, I think Bursty Biscuit and Keo could probably answer about FTWin first forming for. It said when FTWin was first formed for Inkstorm Cup in 2018, what was going through your heads when you won the whole thing without dropping a single game? It was so surreal to see a new team win so perfectly.
Only one of us played that tournament.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cute.
I was the only one who played that.
How'd it feel, Kyo?
I didn't have a passport, so I was just like, "Oh shit! I just want a trip to Japan. I have to get a passport in like 2 months." So that's what I was thinking.
The frame one thought. I
Yeah.
won. Oh fuck.
Yeah, because like I don't my initially it was like, okay, I'm gonna play, but if we win, like you might have to find someone else to go anyway. Because I didn't think we were gonna win, and then I don't know, we just like farmed the event for
Yeah.
some reason. Because our scrims were like horrible. Like we were getting
Mhm.
like destroyed by every team before that event. So I was just like, yeah, there's like no chance. And then I don't know, just play the insane the day of or something, I guess. Bless you.
Was there like anyone actually crazy playing? I wasn't
all
around
the-
for that era,
All the
so
good teams played it.
All the good teams played.
Dang.
It's like KP Ghost, Olive. We dodged Olive in the bracket. We only played STDX and KP. We probably would have got fucked by Olive if we played them. I'm not gonna hold you. We had really bad scrims versus them.
Yeah, that bracket pulls through.
Yeah, sometimes you just get lucky and you just don't have to fight your bracket demon. It's all good.
Let's see. Someone asked, can you make FTWin merch? Someone said they would kill for an FTWin hat.
I think I would make like -8,000 revenue from that. I don't know if that's the thing that's gonna happen. I can make you like a sticker or something, maybe at a line. I don't know.
Hey, sticker's not a bad option. You know, you can put that on a hat. You can put it on anything.
Yeah.
better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
See, someone asked a good question. Which version of FTWin do you guys like more? Somewhere in the S2 era or the S3 era?
Well, we
You also
kind
in the
of
past too.
Goss was just we just like got Goss on the team, so we haven't like we only played one event with him. So and then the S2 for me, which was me, Shaq, Bursty, and Kia, that was really fun because teaming with Shaq was just fun because he was just a really good teammate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because, like, I mean, it's either the Shaq version of it or it's this one now. But
Yeah.
we've only played one tourney, so I can't say. But it's definitely one of those two that
That's
I didn't
valid.
really The other two, three were not nearly as successful or fun, I'd say. So it's one of those.
Yeah.
All right, valid. I think somebody was gonna say that they might have found another tweet. So if you if you found one, feel free to mention it.
I like this question. I was like, how do you guys communicate effectively during a game? Because I think like a reason of our success in the major was how well we communicated with each other and like understood the assignment, which made us play a lot better with each other. So like I think that's a really good question. Is there any takers?
Kia's got that because he's the one that calms the most.
No cap, actually.
I don't know. They just like we just call them like a normal team, except they were just like really loud. That's our coach told us that like forever ago during the S2 version of FTW. Calm loud, and you can't get upset or tilted. It's very correct. I can't be mad or sound depressed in comms if I'm just screaming the entire time. Very hard to sound depressed while screaming. So keeps the mental up a bit.
Screaming's a
And
strat.
my teammates, at least whenever I like make a call to do something, because I feel like I have a really good understanding of the game, of just situations whenever we need to do something. We just kind of listen and do it. Callouts flow like a conversation. Like they tell me if they can't do something or if we can do something, but like at least with like pushing and stuff overall, like I just have the call of like if I say go, we just commit to the fight. If it's a bad fight, whatever, but as long as we do everything that I say like at the same time, then likelihood of things working out is higher if we all four have the same idea. So as long as you just trust the idea and just go with it, it usually works out.
Awesome. And like for like call outs, like I know people always have like the like it always starts off when you're first beginning in comp, right? Like don't have super long call outs, make them kind of short and simple. And I know there's always those guides out of like following certain call outs to certain maps. So when it comes to those, do you usually tend to like make up your own for certain areas, or do you kind of simple everything down? Like if someone's on right, you're gonna say right. You're not gonna say like by a specific like great stack. You're just gonna be like right by something. You know, like is there like a lot of thought that goes into certain of those calls? You just kind of like call as you see it.
Actually, do you want to go, Q? I was just sorry. Actually, no. Let me take this one. Actually.
You can go. Just mention Volti-Wall.
Yeah, I was literally gonna. I was gonna say like it's like the only time like where like the call gets like super specific is like where it's on a spot where like you can't like just like you can't say like quickly. For example, like the ink blot mushroom, like you gotta like be like specific, or like the Volti walls. There's many walls on Flounder that connect to a zone, so you gotta be like specific. And the Volti wall is infamous because Volti uses it like 24/7.
Yeah, he
But
only goes there.
Interesting. That's really cool.
but yeah, most times you want to keep it like short and simple and fast. So like left, right, mid, or sometimes under mid, like it's quick, it's fast. Most of the time everyone will understand. Only time you like use something specific is when you like have to be specific.
The game moves too fast for so many specific callouts, unless people are just gonna stay there. Like you were saying, the mushroom thing. Like if someone's playing mushroom, they're just gonna stay mushroom or they're gonna drop, right? Like that's it. But like people will call like some random block on some stage, just like they have a name for that block. It's like, bro, by the time I call that out, the guy's not there anymore. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. It's better to be more generalized for what stuff is. So, like if there's like two different types of pillows, you're just gonna call it pillow. You're not gonna be like long pillow, short pillow, dummy. You know what I mean? You're just gonna call it as you see it, or even just call them blocks because like at the end of the day, like they have the same effect. It's just they're just located in front. Let's see. So this is a good question I had written down. What's next for FTWin? Are there any tournaments you're eyeing on competing in next? Or you guys just kind of chilling, waiting for something major to pop up?
I think we're mainly chilling until like the next like major comes, or unless like a random like weekly that like everyone else plays in it that will probably enter. But for right now, I'd just say we're kind of just chilling.
Yeah, we're just waiting for something to happen.
Okay, that's valid. I know
I
someone
want
did
to go to a
mention.
LAN.
Ooh, FTWin out of
Yeah.
LAN?
Yeah,
I
but we
think
don't
we
know
were all planning
which
to go to
one.
Riptide.
Riptide collab
Yo, that'd
is
be dope.
might happen. Might happen.
Yo, run up those FTWin stickers. You could pass
Might
them
have
out.
to.
It's time to get to work, Kyo. Time to get to work.
I know someone asked if you guys are gonna if you're planning on playing the HP for Heroes tournament. I think that's coming up this month at all.
I've never even heard about that, so I have no idea.
Same.
That I think it was like just announced like not even a week ago. But who
I'll
knows?
probably
Could be something to look
probably
into.
look at it. Probably look at it after the podcast and see what's up.
Yeah, I think it's like being run both by Dapple and IPL. Like it's like a conjoined tournament, which is pretty cool. I feel like we don't have many of those in the community since like those are the two largest like orgs we have in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a good indicator that it's gonna be really good, or probably good.
Let's see. Does anyone on Twitter have any great questions left? Someone asked, "Do it bounce?"
What?
Yo.
It does.
What?
Yo,
Oh.
that is crazy.
Oh my god, bro.
Ooh,
Oh
I like
yeah.
this one. What do you think gets high-level players to break the barrier to get into consistent top level? That's a decent question, I think.
Genetics.
What'd you say?
Genetics.
Fucking
Wait,
genetics,
what?
What'd you
bro.
say?
You're either born with it or you're not. I don't know.
Yeah, we kind of just I
I
don't
mean,
know.
sometimes you can have like a really good player who's like just stuck with bad teammates, but mostly it's just like you either have it or you don't.
No, that's valid. That's fair. That's how stuff
Yeah.
be sometimes. You just gotta be good with it.
The bad teammate thing is that's super prevalent though. And if you play with them for too long, you fuck your skill progression like 1000%. If you just stay on a bad team for too long, you're just gonna
Yeah, I feel like a lot of
you just
players
become bad.
make that bad decision of just because you're like really good friends with like the people on your team, but you're like way better than them, you'll still stick to the team because you don't want to leave your closest friends in the community. But I feel like that's bad because a lot of the times you're just gonna get worse by playing with people like a lot worse than you, and you're never gonna improve.
You can be friends without being teammates. It's
Yeah.
not that hard.
I don't.
They
You're
will
allowed.
hate you.
I think a lot of people don't think that that can happen for some reason.
I think a good like follow-up is like because I feel like a lot of players don't realize it's the bad teammate issue they're having. Are there any like I guess indicators or signs that kind of shows like hey like you're clearly doing better and like something's got to change?
You're dropping 20s while your team is not consistent, or like you're always like topping every game. Well, that's what I see, or that's what I feel.
Sometimes players will just straight up tell you that you're good, and if they never mention that
Yeah.
your teammates are good, then maybe that's also a sign. Or like at least for me, like if I know someone's good and I
Yeah.
know their team is bad, I will literally tell them, "Your team is not good. You are insane. You just have to leave." And then they just won't leave. I'm just like, I don't know. You're just doing it to yourself, bro.
Okay, that makes sense. Those are some pretty good indicators, honestly. Like either if you like with the like you mentioned like the compliment thing, like if you clearly someone's telling you like you're really good, but they're not including anyone else's name in that sentence, it might be time to take the hint. But also like what Goss said, like if you're always at the top of that board and you're like dropping 20 bombs, you're making the plays to really excel your team to the front or to win like. That's that should be clear indication enough as it is.
Actually, might want to add on to this. You can usually like tell when there's a big gap. Like if you're like when playing like this game, like compared to S2 and S3, like you can tell when there's like a weaker link on the team, or Because
Yeah.
in S2 you could just spam a special and you could still go by. Like you could still like be useful. But like S3, like you gotta do a little bit like more. You gotta like actually fight and do this stuff. So like you could definitely tell when a team is a lot weaker or there's a weaker link in this game than before.
That's dope. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, it's changed because everyone's got a. There's no really spammy specials anymore. Like, I mean, obviously there's Zuko, right? You could spam that every couple seconds, but Zuko can only get you so far if you're not accurately hitting your shots with it, or at least aiming it towards a direction to help your teammates win their fights. Like, kind of supporting the 1v1 from afar. So that makes sense that there's always the you gotta be good. You gotta be able to do what your weapon requires, and you gotta show it.
Yeah. No matter at what point, like even if you can spam specials, like there's gonna be a point where you like have to like win a team fight or win your ones or dudes. Like you're gonna have to have your individual like skill like actually like be up there. Like
Yeah.
there's only so far you can go with cheesing. Like you're just gonna have to be the better player at the end of the day in this game. Most cases, sometimes you just get cheesed because it's Splatoon.
Yeah, it's
To be
cheese.
fair, there are many players that we didn't know the names of before Two-Shot Zuka.
Sure.
I mean, not like winning tournaments, but
That shit makes careers, bro. I will not lie.
Mr. Armor could
Zuko's the
never.
cheat code, bro.
A a big like amount of players just come up from nowhere. A lot of pencil players, a lot of shot players that are like suddenly like really good. Which is good because I personally love to see the competition grow, even if like they're just playing playing the unfun way and just spamming. Like I still like to see the competition grow.
Speaking of like growing the competition, like I know that one of the like largest debates comes down to the best way, I guess, for self improvement for like when it comes to practicing. So I know solo queues always mentioned in that, and there's always like, oh, try to do pickups, try to you run some Sendou-q sets. Is there any like for like? Do you agree with those? Like, is running solo queue a lot helppful when it comes to self improvement and like constantly running for pickups? Is that also like a good way for you to really improve your self skills to so you can push yourself to the top?
Yeah.
Solo queue for mechanics. That's it.
Yeah. So
You're
queue
never
for
gonna
mechanics is good.
learn the game.
Pickups like helps to you start to like learn how to play around like new people a lot. So like you become more of a flexible player. Like you can just play with literally anyone or play around any comp since you've had that experience with like literally everything. So I think it helps with being flexible and working around others, which can also help if you like get a team. Those skills will definitely come in.
And
for
watching
me, it
your own VOD.
depends.
You go.
Yeah. Well, at least for me, like if you're on a static team, I feel like pickups are just a waste of time because,
Yeah.
like in my experience, I've always been horrible on pickups, even though I'm like a really good player on a team. And I think like yeah, it allows you to be more flexible, but it also makes you like spread too thin in a sense. Like if you're on a team, you can kind of practice your own individual play style more and how that slots into the team. So if you're on a pickup, you're kind of just like trying to fill in gaps and maybe not playing exactly how you'd want to play. So you're like overall going to be weaker. So I think if you're on a static team, I just recommend like scrimming. And yeah, as Q was saying, like watching your VODs is really important, especially not just like the in-game replays, but also the recordings with like comms to see like what was being said at certain points.
How often would you say like someone should be aiming to VOD review? Because everyone's like, oh, try to run it like once a week, maybe like whenever you can. Like, what do you think is a good way of implementing the like your VOD watching to help improve your skills more, and especially with like you said, when things are like being said and stuff?
Mm, I don't know. Whenever I take the game seriously, I try to VOD review every game because unless like the opponent we're fighting is like clearly worse and we're just kind of doing whatever, everything works.
Yeah.
But even if like you win, you can still learn a lot from what you did well in the game, and also maybe what you didn't do and what you could have improved on, even if it's a win. And obviously, losses are very good to learn from because you can learn like where you should have been positioning on a retake or why you died in a certain scenario. But yeah, I guess it kind of depends because like VOD reviewing every like scrim game is a lot. But also just like depends how much you scrim, I guess, since usually like when we practice the game a lot, we're usually only scrimming like once or twice a day, so it's like an hour or two of footage. So it's really easy for me to just watch my VODs like while I'm eating or something throughout the day.
I
Okay.
don't really VOD myself a lot, so I wouldn't know. Which I don't know if that's good or bad or.
I mean, you voted yourself for the major, or we did at least together as a team. So,
Yeah.
and you said you learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Yeah, having someone help give me guidance is really nice. Because usually I can't figure out a lot of things on my own, so having others help me understand is really good. I mean, that's like that can be for like literally anyone, but like it definitely like I'm trying to find the words here. It definitely like feels like it's harder for me to understand on my own.
Yeah, so running with someone else kind of gives you the eye opener or like a little bit more guidance towards what you're trying to find that you can't find on your own because you can only find so much just looking at your own gameplay over and over again because one, you played it and you know how it went, but two, it's like you're gonna be looking for things that like ideally you're looking at things that only you can kind of guess or see, where someone else can have the outside perspective of like I would have done this instead, and like that kind of really opened like the possibilities of other options and really help improve from there.
Yeah. Actually doing a little bit of glaze. That's why like I do I was really happy with my decision of joining because like Bursty, Biscuit, and Keel are like all really like smart players, and if I usually have a question, they'll usually have an answer to it, which like helps like give me some type of like closure on a problem I might have, and it's like really nice. I like having to I like the feeling of knowing like I'm in good hands, like or like I have reliable teammates. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah, that's awesome. For that's another question I just thought of now. So when you're at the top, right? Obviously, like you guys do have a coach. I think it was put in the tweet you made when you guys won. Um, and I know there's some people always question like how does a top team that's at like the very or some top teams or teams that are the very best have a coach. Um, they're kind of just they're there to kind of help you like give that other perspective, right? Like to give you another point of view that you guys maybe not have seen yourselves, or just kind of keep you in check.
Yeah, I think having another point of view of like someone watching like overhead, for example, is really good because they're most likely gonna point out stuff that you would like probably never point out.
And even when they're watching like a single point of view, like when you're playing, you're obviously just focused on yourself, but they're
Yeah.
kind of seeing like the general movement of the entire team and like communications and stuff, which is stuff that we wouldn't necessarily catch on our own. So it's easier to like catch up mistakes and make improvements as a team.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's always good to no matter what, no matter how good you are, you can always have someone to help coach you, uh, regardless of what the situation may be. It's always good to have those other eyes looking at what you've been looking at constantly, both when you played it and also uh, watching it back. Trying to see if there's any more questions that because I'm pretty much closed off with my questions. So seeing if there's any last minute ones that the replies have brought through that could be good to answer.
Actually, I might want to give this guy some closure on underneath the tweet. He was like basically said, "Do you think you can like play no cooler comps and win at this meta
Ooh, that's
or
a good
this
one.
level?" in the meta, which is no.
No.
Fuck,
No.
bro. You're gonna blow up.
That's
You're gonna lose
actually
the
a really
game.
good
You're
one.
getting spawn camped.
Yeah.
You're you're
I think
losing.
if you're in like mid-level, it can probably work because if you're just better than the other team, you're obviously just gonna
Just gonna
beat
skill
them
diff 'em.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But at this caliber, no. You're gonna
yeah.
get fucked.
Before Zuka, maybe, but like now, hell no. You're just gonna die.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose. Straight up, you will just lose the game to Zuka.
That's fair. So what? So when it comes to high to top level, in a sense, cooler's a requirement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that makes sense because, I mean, there's only so far you can get. Like you said, when you're in mid level, you could just skill diff people, and you can call it there. But the higher you get, like you got to be able to keep up to speed. You got to be able to keep, in a sense, be back before they're able to take as much space. Or like one of you said, like you're gonna get spawn locked. You're just gonna be stuck.
This was another good question. How do you keep up aggression? My team can fight really fucking well and win fights, but when it comes to being able to hold our advantage state, we just give it up for free. Also, how the hell do I fight pencil? I hate it.
Love that.
I mean, you don't really fight pencil. You kind of just special pencil a lot of the times, like Zuka for pencil or like Zipcaster for example.
If a pencil never plays out of position, they just won't die. You just have to win the
Yeah.
game a different way. Like it's very common that a pencil can just win or lose the game and they still just like will die like one time maybe just to like a random Zuka or something. It's like you have to beat its mates. And keeping up aggression, like just permanently make sure you're fighting off with your cooler, taking as much space as you can. Trades when cooler is on and the enemy team doesn't are heavily in your favor. And I don't know. That's why having like a selfless like QR guy, you can just die or just like be bait for the entire team is kind of important, I think, because it's the bridge time between we have cooler up and we don't. It's like there's at least some guy in the front of the map taking attention. And if no one can do that, then maybe everyone gets scared and you play further back. And then once you play further back, if you lose a fight further back, then you're just fucked. Losing a fight on their side of the map means you can just back up and play your side. Losing a fight on their side means you back up, you play your spawn, and you never want to play your spawn.
Well said.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it comes down to your placements of your fights. If you're getting knocked out way further back towards your spawn point, I mean, there's not much room for you to move through. At least if you get splatted further up, you have an option to come back and kind of reset yourself in a sense. Looking at chat, actually, this is actually a good kind of question to formulate. So someone, Sangura was saying they think voting as a team is really good, but get very little value of voting with pickups because they can't really ask people what they're doing or wanted them to do. So I guess to double back to like the VOD review question, it's probably better. I know someone mentioned it was better to kind of scrim more if you're on a team itself and consistently get that practice. Does VOD reviewing kind of works the same, I assume? That way, like, at least if you're with your team, you could fix whatever mistakes are being made. With a pickup, there's only so much you can learn.
I would just look at my mechanics and when voting a pickup, I wouldn't even bother. I mean, you just try to find, at least, like, even if you're only playing together for like one tournament, at least just like play with those people for like a while and then like you can try to find improvement from that. But I don't know. Voting pickup, I don't even bother doing it unless I just played horrible and it's like I wasn't shooting. I need to find out how to shoot well. But learning about the game from a pickup, it's like I don't know. That just sounds not endurable.
Yeah, it does make sense. That's fair. I think mechanics are the only thing you can really try to take away from a pickup because at least because the play in a pickup, those players aren't going to be consistent. You're not going to be playing with them every week or every day. Or at every other tournament, that's like Sendou-q is, I guess, is a good way of putting it, where it's like that's like a potential one-time thing. Like you might never play with those players again, or if you do, you might not play with all the same players again as that pickup team. So sometimes if you do want to try to even VOD review it, like your mechanics are your next best bet to look at for it.
True.
All right, well, that's everything I have, and I mean, looking at some of the uh, tweets already, I think we covered most of them on there, which is actually pretty cool. Hopefully, most of those got some pretty. Honestly, some of those were like really good answers, so I want to thank you guys for that. Answered those pretty good. I think I answered a lot of important questions that that people were asking, and hopefully we were very clear to them. And obviously, if anything, hey, the VOD's gonna be up. You can watch it back later. Don't yell at me. I'm just the guy that works here. So I guess I'll give this opportunity for you guys to have any closing thoughts you might have, anything you might want to say, and obviously feel free to shout yourselves out, things you might do, things that you're looking to do. So we could start with Keo and then move down the list to Bursty, Biscuit, and Goss.
Oh, you said shout out?
Yeah, shout outs, closing thoughts, anything you want to say or you will put out there. Could literally be anything as long as it's, not gonna get us coded off Twitch.
Nothing really. KyoChan DXD on every social if you don't already follow or watch. If you have any other questions, anything related to the game, you can just ask me in like a stream and I'll probably answer. If I didn't already answer everything that you wanted to hear today.
Yeah, I'm Bursty underscore on Twitch and Twitter and Bursty on YouTube. I probably won't be streaming for like 2 months because school, but I do stream pretty frequently whenever I get the chance.
And then Biscuit Sploosh on Twitter, and I don't really stream, so. But if I do, my Twitch is Biscuit underscore SBL.
No, it's not. It's Lana Del Rey, isn't it?
Yes, but we didn't talk about that.
Yo, Lana Del Rey name goes crazy though.
You done?
Yeah.
Goss you on Twitter. I don't have a YouTube channel yet, nor a Twitch, but I do plan on to stream this year. I don't know exactly when, but when I do, I'll make sure to announce it. I'll probably stream pretty often, but yeah, that's just for the future. But yeah, Goss you on Twitter. That's really it for me. Also, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you all for coming out. This honestly was really cool. I'm glad that we were able to have all of you on and share all of your thoughts. And of course, once again, congrats on the win. You guys played fantastic. You did amazing. You guys didn't let one loss take you down. You guys came back, brought it back, and really showed that. This top level seems very exciting, regardless of who's playing or where it's at. Like every time a tournament, like a major happens, it's always exciting. One last question I do want to ask y'all before we end things off is who here out of you four is the Glaze Master?
Goss.
Bro, there's literally no debate. No debate, bro.
Solid. You heard it here first. Goss is your Glaze Master. This was FTWin, and I was your host, GlitchedCactus. Thank you all so much for coming out to episode 2 of the Cactus Patch. And we'll look forward to seeing all of you next week for the next episode.
Bye.